Hello Capricorn, welcome to this reading. We're going to be taking a look at the current energy for the sign of Capricorn for the week of November 7th. Now do keep in mind that this is a general reading, so take the messages as they resonate, drop the ones that do not, and also check out your sun, moon, and rising signs. All right, Capricorn, let's go ahead and see what we have here for you. Now I'm using the Golden Art Nouveau Tarot as well as the Angel Answers Oracle deck. As always, there are links to all of the decks I use on this channel in the description below. Do make sure that you are subscribed to the channel for future updates from me. And we're going to go ahead and do a pyramid spread here. All right. I think that's looking just about good enough to me for right now. Okay, so Capricorn, some of you have walked away from something here recently, or I don't know about recently, but certainly in the past year. It's showing up in the distant past, but just we'll call it in the past part of your life here. And I do think that this has given you a sense of empowerment as you've walked away. From a person, maybe a Libra, or just a situation generally here in the past. This could be really any air sign is what I'm feeling, but might be a Libra energy here. But some of you have really walked away from something or someone. And the thing is, the action that you've taken here is proving to be something that really rewards you, or will prove to really reward you. And the reward that you're getting, according to this reading, is some sort of new journey or path in your life. There, as always, as all journeys, there are twists and turns along the way. And, you certainly do have a twist and turn here coming up, but it's nothing that you should fear. Remember, tarot is supposed to help you. It's not supposed to, strike fear in you. And so just remember that, especially when you watch my readings, because, I try to keep it as positive as possible. But, I definitely like what's coming forward here. So let's go ahead and let's dive in. So in the overall situation, you do have the Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands could be a fire sign, but really the Queen of Wands is about, being bold, being assertive, being courageous, being confident. And along with that, this person is always attracting in their life. They are always attracting something. Right? And so we can say that this is a law of attraction card. The Queen of Wands can either attract really positive energy or really negative energy. It depends on whether or not they are acting in authenticity or if they are acting in alignment with their true self. So if they're trying to win somebody else's battle, they're going to attract something wrong into their life. But if they are being authentic, and they know exactly what they need for their journey, they'll attract exactly what they need at the right time. And, everybody wants to know the Queen of Wands, everybody wants to be with the Queen of Wands, everybody wants to work with the Queen of Wands. And everybody wants to get with the Queen of Wands. They are attractive and they are good at attracting. And so, these are all good things when you get the Queen of Wands. It does say be careful that you are not taking on too much as well in your life, because with all of that attracting, it can also say that you need to manage or mitigate challenges or manage your energy. In the past here, you do have the Eight of Cups and the Justice card. So the Eight of Cups, this can talk about somebody who's walking away here from a challenging or a disappointing situation. For me, I love the Eight of Cups because it's a card of empowerment. This person's deciding to let go of these cups that no longer work for them or no longer serve them. And instead what they're doing is they're moving towards the direction of their wishes. The card that comes after the Eight of Cups is the Nine of Cups. And yeah, it says that they are really kind of on that journey. The Justice card here, this is about divine law and order. And it's the idea that the actions we take in life are really very important when you get the Justice card. And so what I said at the beginning and what I'm going to reiterate now is that you've taken this action, right? This person is taking an action. They're walking away. they're deciding that they're not going to stay in a stagnant, challenging, disappointing situation. So they're taking that action, and the universe is like, good job, you know? Here's the scale, here are the scales balancing out in your favor because you've taken the right step here. And, you know, we all get the outcome we deserve with the Justice card, right? And the truth is that there are times where we, you know, let me rephrase this. So the universe can't fix all of your problems for you, right? Like, you have to take the first step. And if you take the first step, the universe will walk with you, so to speak. And so this is the vibe I'm getting here in the past for you, which is you've walked your walk, okay? Or you've walked your talk, or you've talked your walk, or whatever that phrase is. You walked your walk, whatever that phrase is. We'll just go with it. And, you know, I think as a result, you're getting what you want. So in the future here, you have the Fool and the Tower. So powerful cards, okay? Very powerful cards in tarot, especially to get these cards together. The Fool for me is the most powerful card because it starts off everything. The Fool's journey is the whole point of tarot. It's like the Fool, we track the Fool through their journey, through the major arcana, right? And at some point in the Fool's journey, which you are the Fool, in other words, you are the hero. The Fool is the hero of the tarot. In other words, at some point, you will encounter the Tower, right? It's just part of the journey. And the idea of the Tower is that something in your life that might be a false belief is collapsing, which is actually a blessing because nobody wants to live in a house of cards, right? The Tower is a shock, it is a sudden surprise, it is an upheaval, but ultimately it takes us onto the path of the star. So the Eight of Cups is the card that comes before the Nine of Cups. The Nine of Cups is a wish. The Tower is the card that comes before the star. The star is a wish. So what are we seeing here? Well, in taking this new journey, you are very, very close to seeing a wish come into your life that you've been wanting or that you've been hoping for. And I do feel like there's some significance in the Eight of Cups and the Tower here being the cards that precede the wish cards in the tarot, meaning like your journey is well underway. And for some of you, if you don't have a wish, I would throw a wish out there because you're attracting right now in a big way. Let's go ahead and move up the pyramid here. So you have the Queen of Cups, you have the Nine of Pentacles, Four of Wands, and the Ten of Pentacles. All right, so definitely like to see this here. So you definitely have some stability here showing up. Despite the maybe what would be considered an upheaval with the Tower, there is certain stability. There's a certain level of stability here that's also coming in for you, okay? With the Four of Wands and the Ten of Pentacles, both indicate stability in kind of different ways. Four of Wands is your foundations and achievements in life. It is, you know, what you can fall back on. It's also a major card of marriage, and it's also a new start in tarot. So it really depends, but you're very clearly here getting a new start because you've walked away from something or someone with the Eight of Cups in the past. And, you know, this is showing up in the cards. You know, if this reading is for you, this is showing up as the right action. So some of you here are questioning, like, should I have stayed in this situation, or should I have stayed in this relationship, or should I have stayed at this job? The cards are saying that you've taken the right action here, right? And certainly this is being supported because we have the Four of Wands, which is this new start with the Fool, but also the Ten of Pentacles, which is, it can be an indication of family energy. It can also mean windfalls in life. So like inheritances, situations like that. It's also just an abundance sign in the tarot. You do have the Nine and the Ten of Pentacles together, or sort of coming after each other here in this reading, which is a really nice combination of financial independence as well in life with the Nine of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles. You know, the Ten of Pentacles can also talk about you building a legacy for yourself. And, you know, I think for some of you, the motivation to let go of something or someone and to move in this new direction here is because of your legacy. Some of you want to build that out. The Queen of Cups in the past, this says that you really here intuitively felt that you needed to let go of something or someone. Okay, you really needed to let go of something or someone here. This person, if you let go of someone and it wasn't something else in your life, like I think maybe some of you have let go of a job or something else in your life, but if you walked away from a person, I think that this person might have been emotionally manipulative. With the Queen of Cups in the remember, every card has a positive and a negative, right? So a card in its detriment, right? So the Queen of Cups in its detriment would be like an emotionally manipulative person, potentially. And or somebody who spreads lies or secrets, or like doesn't keep secrets when they're supposed to keep secrets, stuff like that. So I do think that you've walked away from someone like that if you are here in that scenario. But I do think for more of you here, the motivation is to increase your standing in life financially, or to attract something important into your life that can eventually build into a better financial situation. I do think that there is stability here despite the Tower that's showing up in the future. So let's just get some more messages here. Can we get a few Oracle cards? Okay. All right, so improving health, you definitely like to see that in life, right? Then you have meditation brings answers, the situation will improve, and don't stop. So some of you are definitely like questioning, like, man, did I make the right move? I walked away, I'm at that point where I'm maybe questioning myself. But with improving health and the situation will improve, I'm just viewing this as general improvements here that are to your situation at this time. And the cards, your guides, the universe, whatever you want to call it, is saying, look, don't turn back around now, okay? With the don't stop card. You've put yourself on a path. This is very clearly showing up as the right move here with the Four of Wands and the Ten of Pentacles. I also just have this really big message that keeps coming in about protection, and it feels like you are protected here, and you have some sort of foundation that's either forming right now, in other words, some sort of stability here in your life that's forming, or that will form in the future for you. And what might happen is you may, one of these, something might be exposed here to you with the Tower that you thought was stable that actually isn't stable. And in exposing that, you realize what it is that you need to do to make something stable in your life. Hopefully that makes sense. Let's go ahead and take a look here. So we have the Six of Wands, we have the Two of Wands, and we have the Nine of Swords. So yes, some of you are just questioning if you made the right move very clearly here. That's normal. When you take the leap of faith, like this was something that I experienced. I always bring this into my readings, but it's just I think it's a relatable thing to share with the audience, which is, when I left my job to go self-employed, there was a lot of like, did I make the right move? Is this going to work? Am I dumb for leaving my, salaried, comfortable job? So forth and so on. Which is what this Nine of Swords is all about. This person's having a nightmare, they're staying up late at night, they're questioning in this case. I think some of you are like, man, did I walk away from this person? Will I ever find another person? Will I ever, whatever, right? And I think that's like a normal part of walking away in life. Like, but remember, going back here to this Queen of Wands energy, which is be confident, right? Be confident that you've walked on the right path. You've taken a step in the right direction here. Is definitely something that's showing up in the cards for you. So the Six of Wands is about victory. Look, this person here is exceeding expectations and they're being successful in life. You've definitely made the right action. That's what the cards are saying. You then have this Two of Wands here, which is about, deciding on which path to go down in life. And remember, I said something about a path here as well. There is this thing in, choosing which wand or choosing which path. You don't have to have the answer right now, but what's more important is that you've taken the right step, okay? So like, try not to make yourself, go crazy here in needing to like pick the right path right away. But what's more important is that you've taken the right step here. You have the Chariot and the Six of Swords. Wow, so this is a really positive, encouraging reading. I have to tell you, this is a really nice reading. And the reason is just confirmation after confirmation here. Like the Chariot is like the Six of Wands, but even better because it's a major arcana. It's a big victory, but this person's charging ahead. They're moving in a new direction. And again, there's a lot of movement here that happened in the past with the Eight of Cups walking away. And, there's also here with the Six of Swords, that's also movement. That's transitions. It's a transition away from what maybe challenged you or hurt you in the past. And both of these cards can indicate movement, maybe even travel. But with the Fool here in the future, some of you may even just be surprised at yourself. Like you may surprise yourself, like, wow, good for me. Like I'm glad that good for me for taking this step, right? Like good for me for moving forward on this goal or this vision or this idea I had. Yeah, at the top of the pyramid here, you have the King of Pentacles, which could very well just be you showing up. Doesn't matter what gender you are. These are just energies that I read. The King of Pentacles, this is somebody who is extremely successful in business, in career, in life. And they do this by really being a consistent person, okay? Unlike the Queen of Wands, which the Queen of Wands, they're just always attracting. They might not be as consistent. They don't need to be as consistent because they're always just attracting, right? The King of Pentacles is like, okay, I'm going to get up every morning at 5 a.m. I'm going to make my breakfast. I'm going to do my coffee. I'm going to take my shower. I'm going to go into work at 7 a.m. I'm going to, work until 4 p.m. or whatever. And then, I'm going to, work out after work. Like they have routines, right? Like that is how they achieve success, and they have achieved success. On the bottom of the deck, you have the Knight of Wands, which is another card of movement. Okay, it's also about your talents in life. It says that you're a Swiss Army knife. You have a lot to offer. You're a jack of all trades. But it is a card of travel. You do have some travel messages here. Maybe some of you are moving to a new city, and you're like, man, will I ever meet somebody in this new city? Will I meet friends? Will I get a job? But either way, whatever scenario you find yourself in, this is an exciting time for you. So thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed this, hit that like button, subscribe. Really appreciate you, and I'll see you in the next reading.